Okay, tonight is kind of going to be all over the place because I have notes from actually a couple Super Saturdays ago that I don't know that we ever talked about, and I thought it would be just kind of cool to bounce around and bring those up tonight. And then I have a couple points from Super Saturday that I went to this past weekend that I liked that I wanted to kind of throw in there. And then you guys uploaded your vision boards. We're still waiting on some other coaches who are actually active that I would think would upload their vision board into the group. But we can just kind of touch on the goals that we're going to be shooting for this quarter, and then we'll call it a night. So basically, like I said, these notes are from different speakers, so they're kind of all over the place, but I thought they were just kind of good little tidbits and points to point out. So the first thing I want to say is, I don't know if you guys follow, her name's Danielle Natoni, but she's in a lot of, she's in some Insanity videos. She's also married to a guy who's in like Insanity Max videos, and she's a super successful top coach. And she made a comment a couple Super Saturdays ago saying that you're wasting away every day you decide to not be fierce in your business. So I don't know if you guys saw Liz Nargi's comment earlier today where she felt like, you know, she was being super hard on herself. And once she finally sent out a message to someone, their response was like in all caps, "Oh my God, help me." Like they were waiting for her message. And she's been kind of sitting here, and she was super nervous to go live. And then she did, and it was awesome. And like they were waiting to hear from her. All she did was reach out and send a message. We're hiding behind computers half the time. So that really should make it a little bit easier for us, right? To just reach out to these people and send a quick message. And this girl, it was very well received. So every day that we're sitting there like, oh, I can't message that person, or like, I don't want to be that annoying Facebook messenger, or, you know, every day we decide not to be fierce with inviting, or our own program and our own health, or inviting people to the coaching opportunity. It's just a wasted day, okay? Because I think a lot of us have goals, you know, where we want to be at the end of the quarter, whether it's Emerald or Diamond, which our Emerald training starts on Monday, P.S. But I think a lot of us have these goals, and every day that we don't decide to be fierce in doing the tasks that are going to get us to those goals, we're wasting it, right? We're just keeping ourselves further and further away from the goal that we want to reach. So she said you need two things in this business. You need to be focused and you need to be fierce. So she says you need to give yourself the best chance of success every day. So if you want to be an Emerald coach and you put on your to-do list, I don't know, you want to put things like, you know, inviting challengers or checking in with challengers or sharing the coaching opportunity. Set yourself up. Put those things on your to-do list, because those are the things that's going to get you to Emerald. You want to give yourself the best chance of success every day, right? So, and then she said, channel the same level of intensity into your business that you do into Cardio Fix Extreme. So, you know, we're doing our own workouts and we're so focused and we're so fierce and we're trying to get it done. Think of that when you sit down to work on your business and do your power hour, right? Make sure you're doing the tasks that are going to get you to that goal, reaching Emerald. So make sure you're getting new challengers. Make sure you're checking in with your current challengers and getting them results. Make sure you're sharing about the coaching opportunity. And then put the same intensity into that you do into your workouts, because if you want to reach those goals in your business, you have to. And the more focused and fierce that you are every day, the quicker your business is going to move forward, okay? Because she says success is not convenient, which I think a lot of us can relate to. You know, we hear about coaches who start coaching when they're working a full-time job. I actually heard this past Super Saturday, this woman was an ER doctor, and she still is an ER doctor. And she started coaching when she was just finishing up medical school. And she's, I don't know if she's in the Millionaires Club yet, but she's got a super successful coaching business. And her husband just does the coaching business with her, but she's still an ER doctor. And if any of us are going to say that we don't have time to do Beachbody coaching, but homegirl over here who still is working, like, I forget what she said, like over 60 hours a week. It's insane what she said she's been doing. And she's built a successful business. We can do that, right? Success is not convenient. So I know I started coaching and then my wedding came up and then, we bought a house and then we were going to move and then, there's always going to be something, right? So we need to be focused and fierce to still get done what we want to get done, even when life happens, because it's always going to be happening. Another thing that Danielle Natoni said was how she uses Beachbody as in her toolbox. She doesn't identify herself as the Beachbody coach. She identifies herself as Danielle Natoni, and she even has this little name, Fit and Funky. That's like the name of her team, and that's like her Facebook page name and what she goes by and everything. And I would only recommend doing a different name like that if you've already got credibility and a following with that kind of name. Because if I just decided to make a Facebook page tomorrow, like Sweat and Smile or something, I don't know. No, everyone would be like, who the heck is this, right? I probably wouldn't get a lot of traction on it. So I'm better off just using Kelsey King because at least some people know who that is. But she says she identifies herself. She has created her own brand, right? So Morgan has been doing all this Blair Fit Project stuff, and it's cool. It's like Morgan for the past year has been like the bride, like that's her thing. So I feel like anyone who wants to get in shape for their wedding, like they should know that's part of Morgan's brand. That's someone they can go to help them. But Morgan has not been identifying herself as the Beachbody coach. Do you know what I mean? You want to be developing your brand and just use Beachbody as a part of your toolbox. So when you're talking to people and they might want to be in your challenge group, and so you're going to ask them about, well, what have you been doing for fitness and nutrition so far? And what have you tried before that didn't work? And what do you enjoy doing? And, it's kind of like a little interview. You're getting their goals and they're confiding in you. And it kind of builds your credibility as a coach a little bit, and they can tell that you care. And then you recommend something from your toolbox. You recommend 21 Day Fix to help match them up with their goals. So you are not the Beachbody coach. You're Liz Nargi, who happens to be a Beachbody coach, and that's the tools that she uses in her toolbox to help people, right? So you want to focus on really building your brand, and your goals need to be in line with your actions. So that's kind of like what we've already touched on / have been talking about for the past, I don't know how long on team calls, right? If you want to be an Emerald coach, but you're not talking to anyone about the coaching opportunity and telling them that they can be a coach too, and inviting them to join your team, how do you expect to get any coaches, right? Your goals need to align with your actions. If you want to be hitting Success Club 5, but you're not talking to anyone about your challenge groups, how do you expect to hit Success Club 5? So we need to look at our vision boards, and we need to kind of write down the little to-do list for each goal we have on there. Like, what do we need to do in order for that to happen? So if I put I want to save up $3,000 in the first quarter of the year, what do I need to do to make that happen? You need to reverse engineer it. Like, okay, so that means each month I need to save $1,000. So, okay, well, let me look, where can I pull that $1,000 from? Where am I going to kind of compensate so I can save? Okay, so make sure your goals are in line with your actions. Let's see. See, I told you I was going to be bouncing all around tonight with these notes I took. Let's see. We're going to talk about that next week in our training. And then another thing she mentioned was, which I know we all have probably heard time and time again, facts tell, stories sell. So a lot of times when I'm talking to people about joining my challenge group, I'm not going to focus on, it includes workouts on DVD, it includes a month of Shakeology, it includes portion control containers, it includes a shaker cup, and it's all for $140. I'm going to focus on, I got started with this program and I was working out 30 minutes a day, and all I know is I was eating more, but I was working out less, and I ended up losing 8 pounds in 3 weeks. And I was toned like I didn't think my stomach would ever look like that. I thought, I just genetically did not have that in me. Okay, so that's more of telling kind of your own story, which a lot of times it will be your story. As you continue coaching and you get some client testimonials, you can tell people about your client's success too and stuff. But facts tell and stories sell. When someone's hearing a story, especially when it's your story, and they can relate to it, or it like strikes a chord with them, that's what's going to get them to commit. Not seeing, oh, challenge pack, $140. You know what I mean? So that was a big takeaway, and that can go for anything. It's kind of like when I posted the post that I made the other night, inviting to my all access little sneak peek. I posted talking about girls who, I've been there. You try to eat healthy, but how much do you eat? Of what? And, are you getting enough nutrients? And you try to work out, but are you doing the right exercises? And how many reps do you do? And I kind of took people through that story. And then I posted it in Knockouts United, and I said, see how this is different from just saying, hey, new challenge group starting on Monday. Message me if you want details. It's just gives a different vibe, and it's something people are going to connect to more than the alternative. So that was a couple Super Saturdays ago. And then this Super Saturday, one of the coaches said, potential can be the worst thing that you have. And I was like, okay, I don't get it. And then she went on and I thought as immediately when she said this, I thought of our team, because she said, a lot of you have potential, which everyone on this call, I think all the coaches on our team have so much potential. And a lot of people on my news feed that are on like my dream team, people that I really want to become coaches on Knockouts United, have so much potential. And it kills you when people don't realize the potential they have, or they're not like putting it to use. Because it says, all of you have the potential and you're just sitting on it. It's until you make the decision to put it to use that it'll pay off. So we've got lots of coaches on our team, coaches who would love to make Beachbody their full-time job, or would love to make $500 a week and have some serious extra income coming in. And all of you have the potential. The only difference between us or new coaches and top coaches, 15-star coaches, is they're consistent and they've been doing it longer. But I can guarantee you, Melanie Mitro on the National Wake Up Call even said she did not have a social media following. These coaches, they did not go through like graphics training on how to make a good pig monkey or anything. Okay. They've just been doing this longer and more consistently than newer coaches have. Okay. So it's not a question of been given these God-given gifts or talents to do Beachbody coaching. We can all do it. And we know exactly what we need to do because of the business activity tracker and the vital behaviors. It's just a matter of doing it, right? Get up off our butt and actually put the work in. Another thing is about how we need to stop comparing ourselves, which is super easy in this business, especially when everything's out on social media and you can just jump on over to someone else's Facebook and check what they're doing and seeing the success that they're having, which of course Facebook is usually everyone's highlight reels. So it's super easy to compare yourself and look at other people and say, well, I can't do what she did because of this, that, and the other thing. Okay, so for example, I had someone, she said something about me, like she couldn't do what I've done with my coaching business because she has kids and I don't have kids. So it's so much easier for me. Or I've heard so many different things. Or, she can't attract the people that I'd like to attract on Facebook, I said that backwards. I can't attract the people that she can attract on Facebook because she's so much prettier than me. I've heard that before too. There are these, we compare ourselves to other people and say, I can't do that because I don't have what she has, right? So until you stop thinking that, until you stop taking the time to compare yourself and think that you can't because of X, Y, and Z, you're just going to be stuck, okay? You'll be stuck in the same rank and you'll be stuck making the same amount of money each week, and you're stuck in the same mindset. Oh my God, I think my dad just made popcorn. It smells so good downstairs. It's definitely popcorn. So now I'm off track. I love popcorn. We actually have an old-fashioned popcorn maker. It was our first housewarming gift ever. But since we're like, well, we moved, but we have a trailer full of stuff still up in Virginia, and that's where the popcorn maker is. I'm so bummed. So until you stop comparing yourself to Susie over here saying, I can't do what Susie did because I don't have X, Y, and Z, you're going to be stuck getting the same results in the same mindset, all that. Okay. I'm almost done, I promise. Okay, the last point that I took notes on is I thought this is kind of funny because, and I do see a lot of coaches do this, and it's hard to like come up with a good Facebook post, but Chelsea Pearson, who is a top coach, feel free to look her up. She lives in Orlando, and she's funny, but she said that she tells her coaches that you're not the Kardashians, okay? You can't just take a selfie and say, oh, just worked out. You can't take another selfie and say, oh, gonna make my shake. Nobody cares. And I really don't know why anyone cares about the Kardashians so much. They just do. They're just obsessed with them. But we are not the Kardashians. So we need to put a little bit more like meaning behind our posts. I don't know how many of you have ever seen, you probably are friends or have seen lots of other Beachbody coaches. And there are some Beachbody coaches who, you know, take a selfie, which, okay, we all take selfies, I get it. But take a selfie and then they write, workout done, upper fix. Okay, nobody like, I mean, we probably care because we're like, that's so good, you're working out, because we're encouragers. But really, okay, I don't care that you just did the upper fix. You want to put some meaning into that post. Post something that people are going to want to follow, right? One of my friends actually, she's really good at, she'll post a workout video or she'll post a picture of her getting her workout in. And sometimes, you know, she has a little motivational quote on it, but a lot of times what she writes in her text above the picture is she writes whatever's going through her mind during the workout. So like yesterday, it was something about how she was just dying to turn this workout off early. She like felt like she had done enough. She had a busy day. She was cleaning around the house. Doesn't that count as exercise enough? And I'm thinking like, I've thought all those things before. And how she just told herself, like, just give it 10 more minutes. The workout will be done. Don't stop it early. You know, reading her story, because that's what it was, one, is entertaining. Two, I'd be way more likely to continue reading her posts if it was like a fun story like that, as opposed to day 2, done. And 3, it was inspiring because she's telling, this is the obstacle I had. This is how I overcame it. People are going to relate to that. Okay. So we don't want any Kardashian selfies up in here, right? Because people don't relate to that. They're not going to care about, oh, making my shake. Oh, gonna walk the dog. I don't know if you guys saw, I walked the dogs yesterday, but my post wasn't, oh, I walked the dogs yesterday. My post was about how walking these dogs were like walking 2 drunk girls and they're bumping into each other and one stops to go to the bathroom and the other's waiting right next to her. Like, you have to make it more entertaining than reading just the facts, I guess. Just like I said, facts tell, stories sell. And then something that I also thought was good for our team for new coaches, because I know I did not post anything on Facebook before I became a coach. I think I told you guys before, I would just post my drunk pictures from the weekend out before, like with my sorority sisters. I did not post on Facebook. So it can be weird when you start coaching and you're like, oh my God, like this girl is posting 3 to 5 times a day. I'm supposed to do that to be a coach? Hell no. You don't have to start there, okay? For our coaches who either don't know what to post or aren't sure how to fit it in and make time for it, just focus on posting once a day for 7 days and then kind of reevaluate. And don't be afraid to ask a friend on the team or your upline coach to check out your posts, to give you feedback. I've had coaches who, oh my God, that popcorn smells so good. I've had coaches who it's distracting me, who start coaching and they'll literally send me their whole post before they post it. And they're like, how does this sound? Can you read this for me? Or like, is this good or is this stupid or should I get rid of stuff? Or So sometimes it's just nice to have someone's feedback. So that's what the team's for. But definitely start out small and shoot for posting once a day for 7 days. But just remember, this goes for anything in this business. If you do the bare minimum, expect bare minimum results, okay? So I can understand, okay, I just signed up to coach. I don't post it all on Facebook. I'm going to kind of ease into this. But just know, if you want to get more results in your business, you're going to have to start upping it, okay? Like do it once a day for 7 days and then kind of reevaluate. Like maybe I can throw a couple more posts in there. I don't know. But like I said, if you do the bare minimum, expect bare minimum results. Those are my scatterbrain notes from Super Saturday, like an old one and this recent one. Did you guys have any questions on any of that I touched on tonight, or anything that kind of resonated with you, or anything that you need to remind yourself and want to put into action? Yes, no, maybe so.
I think maybe like telling my story more instead of just spewing off the facts, because after I watched my video, after I went live, I was like, that's exactly what I did. I like spewed all the facts and I didn't kind of like put more of like a personal touch on it. And I think that's what I need to do if I decide to live again.
I think part of it comes with, first of all, I think you did really good on your live video, because you did add some of your own personality in there. You were like, and you get me as a coach, and what could be better than that? Come on, guys. Like, you did let your personality shine through. Sometimes, you know, when we're, like, I did a video. I went live when this whole all access thing first came out, and I was basically doing the same thing. When you have a big announcement like that, I don't know if I've ever told you guys about the book, Jab, Jab, Right Hook. Have you guys heard about that? Or maybe it's Jab, 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 Right Hook. I don't know. But basically the concept of it is what our Facebooks should basically look like. You need to be posting all these jabs, we're going to call it. So maybe it's, you know, I talked about walking the dog, you know, something to kind of reel people in. I'm going to get all my dog lovers with that post, kind of paying attention. And I talked about, shared like my breakfast, and, you know, this is what I do. It's quick, it's easy, you know, it keeps me full for a while. And then I shared, you know, sometimes Liz, you'll do your food for the day and you'll share that. So those are kind of like jabs. Maybe I'll post something motivational. The right hook comes in when I do a challenge group call to action, or going live and spewing all the facts about the all access deal. That could be considered a right hook. You know what I mean? So it's okay to do those things every once in a while, but we want to be jab, 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 and then right hook. I won't act it out, but but sometimes, like what you did, you had information that you wanted to get across, and so that's okay that you did that, and you did let your own personality shine through. And I will tell you that going live for the first time, I was like sweating. I was like, but it's totally something that gets easier, especially when you have, like today I went live showing the gator in our backyard. And it's so much easier doing that than like sitting here and doing what Morgan did, like holding my phone up and talking about like throwing down some motivational-ish, you know what I mean? Like it's easier when it's just light and I'm like, oh, look at this gator in the backyard. That's wild. So, but it's harder, like what you guys did. So as you go live more and more, and that was the point of this challenge, is to just get you guys to go live and see what it feels like and then realize that you can totally do it. Yeah, you'll feel more comfortable. That's what I was going to say. But no, I think that was good. I think you do a good job of getting your jabs in there too.
Thanks.
Yeah. So we are starting our Emerald training on Monday. That will go pretty much all week next week. And then the week after, which I will remind you guys about this in the Emerald training, because anyone who is on the fence about coaching or wants more information, we're going to invite them to a little coach opportunity call that we're going to do with Jatana's team as well. So that will be the week after. So we'll be able to do our own, like, first of all, getting our own facts down and knowing, it's $15.95 to be a coach. You get charged monthly. That's to keep your websites up and running. This is how you can sign up to coach. We're going to make sure we all know the rundown and the facts about that. Then we'll talk about how to invite people to coaching, how to talk to people about it. And then we'll do it. And we'll have these conversations. And I'll be there to help everyone kind of know how to carry the conversation if you guys need help. And then, like I said, if people are on the fence or they want more information, we can invite them to that little call the next week. So we're going to get some more emeralds. Those of us who are already emerald, we're going to duplicate emerald, because if you want to get to diamond, you just have to keep hitting emerald. So I think January is going to be a good rest of the month for us. Liz, Morgan, and Lauren, I believe it was just the three of you. I'm double checking, so I'm not doing the drawing right now. But I believe it was just the three of you that went live. But so we will do that drawing, and I'll keep you guys updated. And I'm going to the post office tomorrow, finally. Stay with 3. Okay, I'm going to stop.